This Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight we're coming to you for the first time ever from the Red Bull Ring for round 7 of season 24 of Sunday Night Lights. Where tonight I'm your host, Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, big night of racing ahead of us for the first time here at the Red Bull Ring.
It's a very exciting time. Not many people will have too much information on this track, but we can expect to see some times in the high 47s, 48s, and the strength of field is incredible, Alex. We've got an entirely full split, 20 cars out of 20, and a strength of field of 47.05. And we're just sitting here talking before the broadcast started. If one more person had registered, we probably could have finally had that mythical 5K split.
Yeah, it would have been a close one, that's for sure. But for now, we've got a full grid headed up by Manu Big Breaks Lucetta himself, who joins us once again, hopefully feeling a bit better than he has done the last couple of weeks. Number 2 plated car, Oscar Chinchilla Maza. Great to see the Iberian driver back joining us once again. Perennial contender Julian O'Fray is the 3rd rated car here tonight, just ahead of the 4th rated Ludwig Guidi, who is, of course, our current season championship leader. Rigeri behind him in 6th. We've got Dennis Johansson, the great Dane himself, joins us once again from the Danish club, of course. Gael Kawabe from Japan, Kawabe's son. He's up to 7th. His I rating is, well, it's a bit up and down the last couple of weeks, but he's over 5K. He's doing tremendously well. Giuseppe Tellini, the Italian driver, in 8th. Cristobal Otero, the other Iberian, in the field. Actually, there's 3. And the top 10 seedings rounded out by the cowboy himself, the Speedy Snails driver of Sam Devantia, Corey.
That's right, Alex. And coming in as the 11th plated car here tonight, the one and only Mr. Danny Blanco on a hot run recently. Corey Lean in the 12 car from the Oz and Z Club. Great to see Corey out there and in action again. Chris Herrera, who is up very early in the morning. I think it's something like 4, nearly 4:30 in the morning for him, Alex, because he's from the California club. We've got Nathan Wade from the UK and I Club as the 14 plated car. George Maddock also from UK and I, the two UK and I drivers right next to each other as the 15th plated car. Got Takumi Yamato from the Japan club is the 16 plated car. And then we got the 2 Milo drivers of Ben Snell and Russell Clark, of course, from Oz and Z as the 17 and 18th plated cars here tonight. And Vladimir Kiplik as the 19th plated car from Central Eastern Europe. And rounding out the field, surprisingly, Daniel Foglarini from Italy is a 20 plated car tonight,
Yeah,
Alex.
he's just snuck in. Jeez, you've been taking lessons, mate, in pronunciation. Vladimir Kiplik, you've nailed it. That's perfect. Where'd that come from? As we see, speaking of where did it come from, Ben Snell jumping to the top of the timesheets early on. The magnificent locks flowing in the breeze, no doubt, mate. That's a good first lap out, although he's just been pipped by O'Fray.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. He has just been clipped by Alfredo. I'm currently looking at Ludwig Guidi, who's coming at P4 at the moment. Just moved down to P5 as Manuel Luqueta has just taken the top spot with a 48.139. That is a blistering quick first lap, Alex.
Yeah, Luqueta with a 48-1 is sitting on top. That's pretty damn impressive. If they can get into the 47s in quali, tell you what, we've got a hot field. Maybe not so hot a track, but I tell you what, the field itself is very hot. Corey Lean, though, who's currently sitting 3rd in the championship, leading ANZ driver, he is yet to set a time, and I believe he's on his 2nd lap. So hopefully he can lay one down before the session's over.
Well, it's very easy to get a 1X around here, Alex, and there's a lot of places where you can take a lot of liberty with the track extension. If you take it just that one step too far, it definitely bites you in the butt, which it looks like it has done for Corey Lean here on his first lap. He's coming around the final couple of corners here for his second lap. We'll see where he slots, and he takes a lot of the exit there in the final corner. I think that might have been a 1X as well there, Alex.
Yeah, I think you could be. No, how did he get away with that? He jumps up to provisionally third as we see the Cowboy. Oh, the Cowboys put it in a wall without setting a lap. Danny Blanco crosses the line. Pips lean for fourth. Devante, as I said, he's dead. Who we got? George Maddock. He's coming into the closing stages now. The times are starting to tumble. Luquetta's coming around the final corner this time round. What's he got for us? I don't know. He's weaving from side to side. I think he's happy with his work, and he's just going to leave it at that by the looks. I'm just looking for who's left out on track. Mars is about to cross the line. Hasn't set a time yet. This is his only shot. What's he got for the timekeepers this time round? Oh, he's jumped up to 8th. The Iberian driver there. Anyone else getting close? Forgierini, the 20-plated car, snuck in tonight with an I rating of 36.90. Kicks up the dust. Who knows where that dust comes from on the last corner? I don't know. There's no sand traps or anything there. What's Forgierini got for us? Oh, only good enough for 18th, Corey. Oh, Kiplick, your mate, he's jumped up. Ruggieri. Yeah, don't know what he's going to do. Otero, the Iberian, the last man out there with time to set. What's he got for us, Corey? He's quick, that's for sure, but can he jump up from provisionally in 7th?
Oh, we'll have to wait and see, as I don't think he can, Alex.
Maybe. Let's find out.
Julian O'Fray has actually taken the top spot here with a 47.9, Alex.
Yeah, nice one. Well, here we go. Cristobal Otero, as he comes to finish his second lap. He's the last one out there. What's he got for us? 5th. That's what he's got with a 148.2. They did. Look at that. Julian O'Fray's cracked into the 147s. Unbelievable for qualifying, Corey. A 47.9. Absolutely fantastic conditions and a fantastic lap there from Julian O'Fray. Brilliant work from both, actually. Absolutely brilliant. All right, that's the end of the session. Let's go through our grid in just a moment as the session ticks over. There we go. We've got round 7 of season 24, Sunday Night Lights. Julian O'Fray with a 47.9. Absolutely outstanding. Takes pole. Ludwig Geedy from Movano Sim Racing, a full 10th, nearly a 10th and a half behind him in second. Third off the grid tonight will be Manu Lucchetta from his Movano Sim Racing teammate. Danny Blanco on a hard charge this season will be starting from the second row grid in 4th. Cristobal Otero from Iberia jumped up to 5th right at the end there. Dennis Johansson, the Great Dane himself, starting from 6th. Corey Lean, the leading ANZ driver, once again starting from 7th. Oscar Chinchilla Marza, the Iberian, in 8th off the grid. Chris Herrera for running on empty, starting from 9th tonight. Rounding out the top 10 on the grid is Ben Snell for Team Milo. Vladimir Kiplik from Central Eastern Europe out of 11th tonight. Nathan Wade from UK and I out of 12th. Going over the page for our full grid. 13th, Takumi Yamato, the leading Japanese driver, joined on the 7th row of the grid, I'm going to say, is with his Japanese teammate or his compatriot, Gol Kawabe. Giuseppe Tellini from Italy at 15th. 16th, Franco Ruggieri. Russell Clark, the 3rd, the Team Milo boss man, out of 17th. Daniele Fulgierini from Italy out of 18th. Sam Devantia, the Speedy Smails driver, from 19th. And joining him on the last row of the grid, UK and I's George Maddock. 12 laps around here, Corey. Before they get going, who's your money on?
It's going to be very hard to shake a fray with that kind of pace. But with the way the draft model has been working, I think it's going to be anyone who is in that top 5, Alex. Because it just takes one small mistake for it all to come undone. And there's a few guys up there who have shown in the past that they are not too afraid to make a mistake or two around here.
Absolutely, as the red lights come on, and the red lights mean Rev. We've lost one from the grid. Blanco jumping to the pits, and he just made it back in time as Fred, the flag marshal, vigorously waves his green flag into the background. and the drivers start heading up to turn 1 for the first of 12 laps here tonight. O'Fray taking the racing line, I should say. We've got 2x2 behind Snell. Missed out 3x3 almost in the background. Here we go. Long line of skippies as they head up the front straight for the first time between 1 and 2. Probably the longest straight on this track. Best passing opportunity. Plenty of weaving there. Lucetta taking the opportunity to warm his side. Look at it, 5 wide in the background if you don't mind on the run into turn 2. Can they get it sorted? Oh, they've still tried 3 wide. Clark sent wide, was it? Was it Clark? No, it was Snell sent wide. I don't know if he's picked up a 1X there. Oh, sorry, he will have picked a 1X, but there is a big slowdown there. Holy cow, look at that string of skippies out the back straight again, Corey.
It's absolutely incredible to see the skippies tackling this Formula One circuit, Alex. And I noticed actually during practice and qualifying that Danny Blanco might be having a little bit of an issue with his internet. His quality has been dropping quite severely throughout the entire session so far. So hopefully that equalizes out during the race here, as up the front of the pack is still Julian Alfrey leading the way from Ludwig Guidi at the moment. And I reckon that's the way it's going to stay for the rest of this first lap, Alex.
Yeah, it looks like it is. They've settled down out the front, but tell you what, hell's the mayhem in the back. We've seen that this kind of racing throughout this week as drivers become accustomed to how this new circuit races. Look, the corners are look. You got straights here to draft with. They're not quite long enough to get into a solo. Oh, we've lost one in the background. I think it's Snell. Snell going round in the final corner. That's not how he wanted to go. Let's go take a look. Coming down the final hill as we see Snell come through the final corner. Looks like there's enough room there. I'm wondering if he's just lost the rear on his own. He did that during the week in the Aussie car race. Yeah, as he's hit the dip through that final apex, the rear of the car, without much grip yet in the first lap. Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Team Milo driver there. That is not the way he wanted to start his night, Corey.
That's right. And I was also just having a look at Chris Herrera's first lap. It's like he actually lost it through turn 6 there and got collected by, I do believe it was Kawabe-san, who has just made a trip through the pits to get a tyre put back onto his Skippy. But the battle at the front is starting to heat up a little bit here, Alex. Manny Lucetta does not want to stay in 4th for too long, but he's got the pressure from behind him with Cristobal Otero.
Yeah, you got the two Iberians of Otero and Marza putting all sorts of pressure on the back of Lucetta, the Italian Mivano Sim racing driver. Meanwhile, up front, his teammate is leading the Frenchman, Julian O'Fray. Like I said, the perennial contenders all rising to the front of this lead pack here. The lead pack that's broken away from the secondary pack. You can just see Corey Lean coming around in the background. He's not only leading ANZ driver as they approach the penultimate corner for the end of lap 2, as we see Ruggieri look to dive up the inside of Lean. He doesn't get it done, but Lean leading the secondary pack, trying all the while to get on the back of the front runners, Corey.
Dare I say, Alex, we're already starting to see a little bit of pockets of excitement here, because we've actually got 3 packs on the run. Third pack currently being led by Tellini. He's got George Maddock just behind him. He was pulling out of the draft. He didn't want to get too much of a run on Tellini going down the front stretch that time. But with 10 laps to go, anything can still happen in this race, Alex. And, with 3 packs of racing, it definitely could happen absolutely anywhere.
This time, Lean and Ruggieri with Kiplik getting done. Guidi now, side by side with his teammate. And Big Breaks Lucetta trying to get it done through turn 2. Meanwhile, O'Fray looking to make the most of it and see what he can do to get away. But look at them stretched out still along this second of 2 back straights. And coming down into turn 3 now. It's very difficult. And obviously a lot of overtaking manoeuvres happen at turn 3 there as they approach now up to turn 4 at Rauch. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. That's where you'll see a lot of the overtaking done in that downhill braking zone, which makes it all the trickier. And as I was trying to say, the racing here this week's been very interesting. People have been learning the track, learning where they can and can't obviously try and overtake, and it's led to some colossal mix-ups, but also at the same time some fantastic racing. This track we've seen so often in the Formula Ones in recent years has really lent itself quite well to the skips, but also been awkward at the same time. It's a really unique challenge, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex, and that's why I love the fact that iRacing brought this track into the service, because the racing around here in real life can be fairly interesting, and the way that these skippies handle this track is absolutely amazing. As I can see, Danny Blanco just pulling out of the draft a little bit, just maybe to fill the mirrors of Guidi there a little bit in third. Doesn't look like he's going to go for the move this time though, but coming up the hill, there is still that big opportunity at the AMS AG turn number 2. So it could be interesting when we get up there, although it looks like the move is on for the lead between Lucetta and O'Fray. And Lucetta has been absolutely on a charge the last couple of laps, Alex, preferring to take that inside line around the turn 2 that's not actually turn 2.
Yeah, absolutely. He's come out of turn 2 this time round in the lead, as it turns out. Meanwhile, we go back to the second pack. It's led still by Corey Lean, and then Tellini still has his little pack of followers there with Russell Clark sitting on the back of that pack. But great, in one straight, we can still see pretty much the whole field in these big packs dicing for position. It's great. This is what Skippy Racing is all about, where you get these big packs that where you're trying to shuffle and jostle for positions to set yourself up strategically for the later stages of the race. Can't afford to just sit there and idle away. You can maybe in a pack of 3, but not in a pack of 7 like we've got at the moment, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. When you're in a pack of 7 like this and you're racing against the best Skippy drivers on the service at the moment, you definitely got to try and take every opportunity you get. And these guys have been absolutely turning up the action. Blanco and Guidi have actually swapped positions a couple of times throughout the last couple of laps. Looks like Guidi now trying to make the charge on O'Fray here through the penultimate corner, the Jochen Rindt corner, turn number 9 or turn number 8 in our books because turn number 2 doesn't count. Along the front straight they go, and it looks like Guidi actually has a pretty good run on O'Fray. At the same time, just behind, Cristobal Otero, looking like he was trying to make a move on Blanco, pulls back into the draft as we go through turn number 1 and up the hill once more, Alex.
Yeah, exactly right, Corey. We've got, who's that sitting on the back there? The two-plated car, Marza. He's just, maybe he's clearing a slowdown whilst trying to stay in the draft there, but it's side by side for Guidi and O'Fray on the run up to turn 2. You're dicing whether to go into 5th gear here, but or stick it in 4th. It doesn't really make a huge amount of difference on your own, but in a pack, you see plenty of guys probably grabbing 5th gear on the run into turn 2. Tell you who I've got my eye on is Dennis Johansson. The Great Dane is sitting at the back of this pack. Is very un-Johansson-like. Typically, you would see him try to move forward in this pack, showing a great deal of patience, perhaps, or maybe that is just as we go 2 by 2. Lucetta, O'Fray, Guidi, Blanco through turn 3, the downhill braking zone as they exit on the run down to turn 4. I would normally expect to see, there we go, there's the move. Johansson looks up the inside of turn 4. This time round, he's trying to get through. I was wondering if it was just the challenging nature of the pack or whether he was biding his time. Still, side by side, Blanco and Guidi, Johansson and Otero. And this is the thing, you can go side by side, and because the corners keep changing, you're on the inside then the outside, very hard to advance, even here, Corey. Oh, it's up the inside. It's It's one of the Iberian drivers. I'm trying to see who it is. Cristobal. It is. He got up the inside there, and he shuffled Guidi all the way back to 5th, Corey, after leading this race early on.
Yeah, and that was quite the incredible move. It's not really too often you see a move going into the Jochen Rindt corner there. But Cristobal, with the big cojones move, made it stick and made it stick really well, moving himself up into P4. He'll probably try and go for another move here on Danny Blanco as they come up the hill to turn number 2. I have to wait and see how they go. It's all single file at the moment as everyone's trying to find the draft, try and get the speed. You can also see O'Fray there in P2 trying to get the run on Lucetta. But here comes Cristobal looking for the move. Not going to get it done this time. Guidi looking to the outside.
Whoa!
Oh, there's contact between O'Fray and Lucetta. And O'Fray is the big loser out of that situation, dropping all the way back now to P5, Alex.
Yeah, it's just a case of getting it wrong at one of these awkward, tight right-handers. No damage, no foul by the looks, as we see. Yeah, look, Eddie's really trying to force his way back through this time round. Gets up the inside, gets almost 2 for 1 in that run. There, as we see again, Johansson in the six-plated car. He's looking to make his way through. O'Fray getting shuffled back as well after that contact. It looks like he's got away with that one, Corey. I can't see any damage that would hold him back from continuing to attack in this race.
I don't see any damage on that Skippy either, Alex, and it looks like his nose is on there quite solidly still. And he almost made it 3 wide there, going into the power horse corner. And that's a little bit of a risky move because the track falls away a little bit there on the exit between turns 4 and 5. And it's just a little bit of a weird place to think about trying to make a move 3 wide, Alex.
Yeah, as we see Lucetta lead him out on the start of lap 8. This one's flying by, already 2/3 of the way through the race. Oh no, lap 7, I beg your pardon. I counted too soon. So just starting the second half of the race this time round. Lucetta's forced his way to the front and looks almost... Nah, surely they won't let him get away. As you see, the two-plated car of Marza really just content to sit at the back. He is just sitting back and watching. What will he do in the second half of the race to stake his claim? As you see, once again, Johansson this time at the inside of turn 2 of O'Fray. O'Fray looking very loose under brakes there. Johansson, O'Fray blinking there. That'll be putting him off perhaps a little bit. And meanwhile, we've got Lean, Ruggieri and Wade looking to get onto the back of this pack. And Kiplik going with them by the looks as well, the 19-plated car from Eastern Europe. These guys licking their lips at the battling going ahead, looking to get ahead as we see the fastest lap by Kiplik last time round with a 47.5, Corey.
That is absolutely incredible, Alex. A 47.5 is definitely not lazing about. And I reckon that second pack has a very good chance here of catching up to the front pack, especially if Danny Blanco and Manu Lucetta start battling here a little bit, which is very possible. Ludwig Guidi also sitting there in third. We know he likes to battle. And also, Cristobal Otero just trying to chill out here a little bit in fourth. He's got a little bit of a gap over Marza and O'Fray at the moment as Marza actually makes his way up into fifth now, Alex.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Johansson to pick up a slowdown there at some point because he pulled right out and let Otero and Marza go by. This was the problem of sitting at the back of that pack. One of the guys makes a mistake in front of you, like was what happened there with O'Fray and Johansson, and Marza was just chilling there. Suddenly there's a big gap and he can't take advantage of it. And in addition to that, you've lost the front pack, who are now out by 1.3 seconds. We've got a breakaway pack of 4 here of Lucetta, Blanco, Guidi, and Otero, who are 2 by 2. That's not going to cement this breakaway at all. But the boys will be boys, and they're going to race this 3 wide behind them, if you don't mind briefly. No, they get it sorted as that chasing pack of 4. Led by Ruggieri is still hunting down. We're going to be, what are we going to be here? We're going to be 11 deep by the time these 3 merge, if they get it.
That is absolutely crazy to think about, Alex. There's actually a massive battle for the lead going on here between Blanco and Lucetta. There was a little bit of a netcode contact with Blanco and Guidi coming up the hill to turn 2. But they got that sorted, and then Blanco went for the huge dive on Lucetta. It looks like they've got it all sorted out for now, and Guidi actually has to worry about Cristobal now, who is just sitting there in fourth, looking for a little bit of space to try and get around, Alex.
Yeah, as the pockets start to go very deep here, we've got 4 in front, 3 behind, and a further 4 looking to join in the fun. It's 2 by 2 again. We see Guidi fight back now at the inside of Blanco through the penultimate corner. Side by side they go. They get it sorted straight away. They don't want to lose too much time. As in the background, O'Fray now really looking to push hard again. Somebody tell me where that dust comes from on the final corner. Can't see it. It's always there. Blanco now tucked in behind Gideon as the 2 Mivano boys lead it into the first corner at the start of lap 9. 4 to go, Corey. It's anyone's race.
It absolutely is anyone's race here, Alex. I wouldn't want to try and pick a winner out of anyone in this top 7, let alone the top 11. as the three guys who fell off the back of the pack are starting to catch back up now. I think they're back within the draft range comfortably, but there's still just that little bit of an air gap as Danny Blanco with the huge dive on Lucetta that was, as Lucetta has now lost the lead to his teammate Ludwig Guidi, and that was just an incredible little dive bomb there, Alex.
Signed, sealed, and delivered, I think. Oh, we've lost Lean. What's going on with the ANZ driver here? Let's check it out. I want to go back and see a couple of the incidents we've caught. Lean coming into the braking zone here. What's going on? I think he's just outbraked himself a little bit, and then no, he's just got a tap in the rear from the 14 car of Nathan Way. That's turned him, and that'll be all she wrote for his competitive night. Now, before that, I think I caught Russell Clark as we go further into the archives of the replays. Coming down in the inside of turn 3 here. Oh, and he's outbraked himself. Absolutely. Into the 8 car there of Giuseppe Tellini, and the 20 car also has also been caught up in that of Danielle Forgierini. That's not one for the playbooks, I don't believe. All right, let's jump back up to the front. Oh, just in time to see O'Fray going off in the background as he got caught up right coming through there. Let's go check that one out. No, that's not it. Let's try this one, please, Mr. Replay. Coming down into the final corner, it's who's he got? It's got Johansson behind him. Johansson just did not manage the speed, put it into the rear of O'Fray, and that's cost the race 2 of its shining lights there, Corey. It's all she wrote for Johansson. And O'Fray, what a bumpy ride he's had as he sits there on the inside of the corner waiting for all those other cars to go past as we left with a pack of 5 up front.
And that wait is an internal wait as well, Alex. It can feel like forever just sitting there waiting for the traffic to clear, especially when you're stuck on the outside of the track like that. But the battle is still on in earnest here at the front of the pack. Looks like Lucetta wants to try and get back around Blanco. Couldn't quite get there this time coming into turn 3. We'll see what they can do when they go to turn 4, the power corner, as they head towards that horseshoe in the middle of the track, Alex.
Yeah, we've got the 2 Italians battling with the 3 Iberians here. Real international flavour for the race here tonight as well. We lost Blanco there to the void of the parallel universe momentarily. And that he's back. There we go. We might ride with Geedy for a while, save ourselves some neck strain there as we try to catch the action in the closing stages. This time it is Blanco challenging Geedy. No, he's just defending more than challenging, as we see it is a Movano sandwich for the podium position scoring.
Yeah, that's right, Alex, and I think that's something that we should expect to happen most weeks. Though those 2 cars in the background there of Otero and Maza, they're definitely looking for a hunt here. They want to try and get up into that top 3 as well, as they want to try and prove that they're the dominant team in this situation, although be a little bit difficult here with only the sum of 2 laps left to go now, Alex. So I want to know, who do you have your money on?
Oh, I tell you, the front 3 are going to be hard to beat. The teammates of Movano, and then you got the Iberian teammates from across Simard, if I'm not mistaken. Blanco going around the outs. Oh, look, there's any one of these guys could win it. I'm going to go with big breaks. I reckon Lucetta might have it here. That's just my bet. But we'll see what happens as, again, Maza in the background, just chilling. There, he's letting the guys up front go 3 wide, if you don't mind, into the braking zone at 3 downhill. Toughest braking zone, but they make it work. They get line astern before the exit, if you don't mind. Just the other side of the apex, and then back side by side on the run down to 4. This time round, it is the 4 car of Ludwig Guidi defending from the 11 car of Danny Blanco, and then Lucetta looking to pick up the scraps behind this time round, or perhaps setting himself up for the final corner as once again Blanco briefly disappears into a parallel universe. That will not be upsetting at all. I'm kidding. Actually, it would be very upsetting at this stage of the race. But the final lap for the final 5, Corey, who's your money on?
I'm going to go for Mr. Blinky Bill himself, Danny Blanco. And all blinking and netcode aside, I reckon he's got what it takes to make the move stick into turn 3, Alex. I reckon he's got just enough tenaciousness about him that he'll be able to do it. See him running very wide here on the front straight, just trying to break the draft a little bit. He doesn't want to make the move too soon, Alex. He wants to wait until the perfect moment before he makes that move.
Oh, I'm not sure if he's too close there because turn 3 is where all the actual happen, closely followed by turn 4. And look, you see the 2 car of Marza again just chilling. I think he settled for P5 or to clean up the scraps as they pull out. This time, Lucetta. Big brakes pulling to the outside, hoping to get the drive out, but 3 wide they will go into turn 2 for the final time. Can they get through? Oh, they can. Oh, there's contact. But they managed to get away. How did they get away with that? And it is actually Otero coming through to make it 3 wide this time round. He's chilled the whole race. He's trying to get through here, but it is now Guidi leading from Lucetta. Lucetta from Guidi. Otero now pokes his nose through the middle into the downhill braking zone once again. Blanco looking to get involved. Comes up the inside. Stuffs it up the inside there. Forces Lucetta wide. And Lucetta, my money's gone. It is now Ludwig Guidi versus Blanco versus Otero going 2 by 2. And he's taken out Danny Blanco. Has Chinchilla Marza. Now it's Guidi on his own. Guidi going to be hard to beat. The 2 Iberians of Otero and Marza splitting the 2 Mivano races, but it's going to be Guidi. He's going to walk away with this one. What have the Iberian drivers got left for each other? Side by side, Marza and Otero coming into the final corner. No. Marza's dropping back. I don't know if he's picked a slowdown or he's trying to redress, but it'll be Guidi coming through the penultimate corner. Whoa, look at Lucetta in the background, riding every bit of the circuit and more. Guidi, our championship leader, our pole sitter. No, he was on the front row, but he goes and takes the victory here at round 7 of Sunday Night Lights. First time at Red Bull Ring. What a race, Corey.
That was an incredible race, Alex. And as per par of the course, the last lap, always the most exciting of them. But great job from everyone there in the top 5, pushing as hard as they could. And unlucky there for Danny Blanco. He's been on a bit of a hot streak lately, and that's just absolutely blotted his copybooks. As I think he has finished in P6 there, Alex. So it was still a decent recovery for him after that contact.
Yeah, why don't we go back and take a look, see what happened. They're on the downhill stretch. And it looked to me like the 9 car of Otero maybe didn't quite get his entry right, and it's hard to see from that. Yeah, it looks like he just pushes out, or maybe, I don't know. That's a hard one to say, hard one to call. They're both going for essentially the same bit of tarmac there by the looks. You could say one could give more room and the other one pushed out wide. It's I'm sure the boys will have their own opinions on that one, but certainly cost Blanco his shot at the podium, finishing 6th, as you say. Carried on, no damage in it for either of the drivers. So, look, you know, you live to fight another day, as they say. All right, let's go and grab a look at our race results here for round 7. Hang on, let me just... Are we live yet? Hang on. Let's go live. Are these 2 boys still going? Surely not.
No, if you're talking about Kawabe and Clark, yeah, they're still rolling around the track.
Still they are too, aren't they? They're just having a bit of fun, the boys. All right, well, maybe I'll... hang on, let's just get away from that for a second. Where's my... There we go. All right, let's just chill out for a second, grab the results. All right. As in the background, the 2 boys continue on. C24, round 7 of the Red Bull Ring. We've got Ludwig Guidi from Ivano Sim Racing taking it out. Cristobal Otero. He's from across Simart. He needs to come and fill out the overlays so we can see him properly in the overlays. Just come and check us out on the Discord, mate. I know you're around. Come and see us. Anyway, Ludwig Guidi takes it out. Started second, finished first. Cristobal Otero chilled there for quite a period of the race, up 3 spots to join him on the podium in second. Manu Lucetta, the teammate of the winner here tonight, finishing in third for Mivano Sim Racing. Oscar Marza from Iberia, he's finished in 4th in his return here tonight. 5th place finisher, Franco Ruggieri. 6th tonight was Danny Blanco, recovering after that late incident. 7th, the UK and I driver of Nathan Wade, Vladimir Kiplik. He's up. How many spots did he come? I'm just trying to spot. Only 3. He qualified better than I thought. He's finished in 8th. Julian O'Fray, the Frenchman, he's down there in 9th after quite an eventful race, I have to say. And Giuseppe Tolini, the Italian driver, in 10th. Takumi Yamato ended up being the leading Japanese driver in the points tonight in 11th. George Maddock rounding those SNL points out in 12th. The UK and I driver. The Great Dane himself, Dennis Johansson, in 13th. Sam Devantier, the leading ANZ driver here tonight for Speedy Snails. In 14th, Corey Lean just behind him for ANZ in 15th. Daniel Forgierini, the Italian, in 16th. Guy Kawabe, the other Japanese driver in the field, finishing in 17th. The Team Milo bossman, Russell Clark III, finishing in 18th here tonight as we go over the page. Chris Herrera, for the second week in a row, has not finished where he wanted to do. The running on empty driver down in 19th. And the other Team Milo driver, Mr. Ben Snell, apparently there was some teammate on teammate action that we might go and try and catch at some point, Corey, but that's not where the Milo boys wanted to finish, that's for sure.
Oh, it's definitely not, Alex. And if I have to hazard a guess, I think it was probably around about lap 9, lap 8 that happened for those boys. So right about the last couple of laps in the race. But all in all, team rivalry aside, that was such a great race. We definitely need to get some more Formula One tracks that are similar like this in raciness on iRacing, because if the skippies are this good around here, you imagine them at some of the other places that they race at in real life. It's just an incredible thought when you think about the skill that these guys put on display for us every week.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see a great shot of the Red Bull himself. All right, let's go grab some interviews. We've got our race. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, I'm going to find the right spot in the footage so that we can have something good to look at while we wait. All right, we'll grab him this time round, Mr. Ludwig Geedy. G'day, Ludwig. Congratulations on a fantastic win here tonight. Started in second. It was tough going out there, I'm sure. How did you find it?
Super tough. Hi guys, first. Actually, yeah, qualifying wasn't the best. Did a few mistakes, but still managed to do a P2. I knew that it would be really difficult on this track due to the draft. And when you have guys like Danny Blanco, Otero around you, you always know that it's gonna be really tough. But yeah, somehow I made it. Tried to prepare the finish the best way I could. So the last 2-3 laps to be in front, and yeah, somehow managed to win.
Yeah, mate, it was action aplenty here tonight. You know, we saw almost 11 cars deep at the mid stages of the race. How did you find your first outing here at the Red Bull Ring in the Skips this week?
Well, actually, it's pretty fun to drive. I would say to do lap times, time trial. I drove a bit, not that much. Had to do the rocket setup shop setup. So yeah, I did a few laps before the race, and it's a fun track. Shamefully, there is too much draft, something I don't really like. I reserve like technical track like Tsukuba, but yeah, it brings action. So I guess it's the most important for you guys.
Certainly did bring some action here tonight, mate. But the certainly we did enjoy it, and there was a lot of fun out there to be had. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out or thank before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, especially you, as always, covering this wonderful race, and my teammate Marcello that spotted me during the wall race, so it was really fun. And yeah, the Mivano sim racing team. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Ludwig, and congratulations once again. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Okay, see you guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
There you go, Corey Luigidi. Great to see him. And he said, look, I could hear the smile in his voice, mate. Nothing like winning a big race, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And to win the first Sunday Night Lights race around the Red Bull Ring, it's got to be an incredible feeling. Being number one on the big night, and he put in such a good race there. He made the move at the right time to take the lead from Lucetta, and he never gave it up from there. And even having that incredible battle with Lucetta and Danny Blanco there in the last couple of laps, and he should be absolutely wrapped because that was such a fun race for us to watch. I can only imagine how much fun he was having behind the driver's seat.
Yeah, absolutely right. I tell you what, I'd love to have that kind of fun winning a 4700 soft, but we can't always do it, right? Or we can't all do it. But let's grab our pole sitter tonight. Didn't finish where he was hoping to, Mr. Julian O'Fray. Welcome. Not the race you were looking for out there tonight.
Oh no, clearly not. I had the pace to win this one, and I'm very very disappointed. Um, Manuel did a mistake, maybe lap 6, I think. He took the turn 2 10 kilometers slower than each other lap, and I touched him. Behind me, Mm, cannot remember. Maybe Danny. Danny touched me, and I lost 3 places. And after that, that was catastrophic.
Yeah, absolutely. But if it's any comfort, mate, fastest lap 46.8. That's crazy fast around here. I know it would have been draft assisted, but that's crazy. The pace was really on out there tonight. How I asked Ludwig how he's found it. How have you found racing here at Red Bull Ring for the first time?
Yeah. I discovered the track in the start of the week, and yeah, I have to admit it's good a good buy because it's a really fun track and it's pleasant to race on, and yeah, it's beautiful too. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Julian. Thank you once again for joining us. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. Hopefully, the race next week will go a bit more your way and continue your charge at the title this season. So, I can look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Yeah. See you next week. I hope result will be better without any incidents.
Absolutely, mate. Good luck with that, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
There you go, Corey. That was one Julian O'Fray. Always great to talk to Julian, gentleman and a scholar, of course. And certainly had the pace, as he said. Put it on pole, chucked down a 46.8. I did not think I would see a 1 minute 46 second lap around here.
Definitely not, Alex. And it wasn't just a 46; it was a 46.8. I thought maybe we'd creep into like a 46 triple nine as the fastest that anyone could do at the moment. But a 46.8, that's just incredible. And you can hear the disappointment in his voice because he knows that he had the pace, knows that he could put out lap times like that, and it just did not work out for him here tonight, which is very unfortunate because Julian is a great guy, and I just hate seeing him get the bad luck because it seems that he's always the one with bad luck, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's been a while since we've seen him on pole too. So as you say, clearly had the pace. But we'll grab another one of our top split drivers here tonight, Mr. Ben Snell, and I think I'm about to see the incident, just coincidentally, where they took you out of the front runners there. Tell us a bit about your adventures out there tonight, Ben.
Oh, hello. I think every time I have a bit of a hiatus from Sundays and I come back, I just have like the worst race, and it was just one of those races tonight where nothing went right. So, unfortunately, I won extra my second lap, so instead of being fourth on the grid, I was 10th and buried in the fun part of the group. And then just trying to overdrive at the start, and did what Milo cars do and spun, and then trying to do it around until Russell come back to me, and then Russell did what Milo cars do, and we had a very nice embrace on turn 3.
Yeah, that's it. We did go back and grab a quick squiz at that, mate. Um, yeah, not the night you were looking for, unfortunately. But I'll ask you as well. Thoughts on the Red Bull Ring and Skippy racing?
I don't like the racing it produces. I've done, a little bit of racing this week. I don't like the track limits, and like if you look at the results, like everyone was on double digits when it comes to incident points from track limit abuse and well, not track limit abuse, but like where the X's are in a skippy is really really on the line of where you drive. So it's a really awkward track to drive around. And it's a really awkward track to race around because it just doesn't work well with what the way the skippy drives. You just can't get a good enough run on someone to actually make a proper passing maneuver. And basically, you just get a whole bunch of people sticking their nose up the inside into a third or fourth gear corner. And as you can tell by all the racing we've seen so far, it usually ends pretty poorly.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. I do wonder if people get better at it once we get a few more reps under our belt, so to speak. But yeah, look, it's been a challenging week. But I tell you, the racing up front was had its moments in terms of the elbows being out and the odd hip and shoulder or two. But certainly was spectacular to watch. But look, mate, thanks again for joining us here. Always love to see you guys out there. Is anyone you'd like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, big shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast. I do watch most weeks when even if I'm not racing, but I'm just happy to be in the top split again. Like, and not on a week, like a week. Like, I actually, got a little bit of IR again. So, hopefully, Mid Ohio's next week. I like Mid Ohio, so I'm going to see if I can get some extra racing in and try and pump that I rating back up and be back next week to represent Team Milo. And hopefully, we actually have a decent race for once.
Beautiful. Yeah, pump it up, get it out there, and hopefully put on a good show, mate. We look forward to talking to you then.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, Corey, that was Ben Snell, of course, visiting us once again, which was always great to have him out there, if I'm honest. And I do enjoy his style and his attitude of racing. Just not his night as it turned out tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And as he said, when he goes on a break and then comes back, he just has the worst luck. And we know that he's going to bounce back. And Mid Ohio being one of his better tracks next week, I reckon we'll see him more up towards the front and even possibly trying to battle for a top five, if not for a win. So going to be exciting times coming ahead for next week. And hopefully Ben does get in a few extra laps throughout the week because I reckon it'd be pretty good for him if he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll go around the grounds for our final interview here tonight. We've got the 1D Wade himself, Braden Martin. Tell us, mate, how was the racing out there in the second split tonight?
Yeah, not too bad. A little bit of chaos, as you can always expect, but I thought I'd drop by and give you the good news about the ANZ invasion. We had 13 out of the 20 cars in second split today.
Bam, get that into you. 13 cars all looking to charge up the order and join us in the top split in the weeks to come. Absolutely no doubt. How was the racing?
Yeah, not too bad. I managed to qualify second behind Vasco Swarovski. Got me by a tenth. And we were able to sort of break away from any of the carnage that happened in the first couple of laps and sort of just had our own race together. We were being pretty polite and just slowly getting away from third until the last lap when I made my move. And unfortunately, couldn't hold on to it through the last two turns and gave myself a slowdown. Very reminiscent of me trying to catch you at Coda, to be honest, Alex, and I had to pull over before the end of the lap and just take second. So I'll take a second though.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost going back to back, mate. But yeah, look, yeah, similar to Coda, the line comes up on you very quick when you got that slowdown. But still, nice podium, few more I rating under the belt, and hopefully, another crack at the top split soon. Mid Ohio next week, looming large on the horizon, so to speak, mate. But congratulations on the race, mate. Congratulations on the 3K plus now, which means. Hopefully you'll be more regular with us in the top split as well, mate. But listen, before we let you go, mate, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just a shout out to all the Locked On boys and anyone who's been listening to the Locked On iRacing podcast and a couple of sponsors, CD Simtography and also Brewster.coffee if you want to check out some good coffee around you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Braden. Always good to talk, mate. And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Have a good night, boys.
Yeah, Corey. Braden Munn from the Locked On iRacing podcast, of course. The graphic on screen there. Go check them out on your favourite podcatcher. Of course, I do a weekly review of the events of Sunday Night Lights, so you can hear what happened here each and every week, as well as the overall championship standings. Just search for Locked On iRacing. The Wednesday episode, the results episode, is where you'll find us. But Corey, decent racing here tonight. I've enjoyed my first week at the at least viewing at the Red Bull Ring. I think I lost about 250 I rating in the racing that I did, but certainly better for it. That might wrap us up though, mate. What do you got coming up in the week to come?
So it's going to be another little bit of a lull kind of a week, but on the Wednesday over on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/AussieSim_commentator, we have, I can't tell what round it is, but we have the next round of racing action from the Output Racing League, the oval series that I commentate on and broadcast myself over at Dover International Speedway, which will be very exciting. 125 laps for that race. And then on Friday, absolutely guaranteed, I'll be getting on to do some AI racing. We're currently in season 3 of the Chat AI Racing series for that. And who knows, I might pop up a couple of times throughout the week and just do a couple of one-off streams and maybe even try out some different stuff there, Alex.
Yeah, nice one. All right. Of course, everything Top Split is on your screen as usual. You can find us in the Discord. That's where you can come, not only find out what's going on in the Top Split community, but also find out how to fill out your details, get your team name and everything in the broadcast overlay. It's pretty simple and adds to the experience, of course. Top Split YouTube is where you'll find this and all the other race broadcast replays for MNL and SNL history. And of course, the Top Split TV Twitch channel, right where you are now, is where you'll find us each and every Sunday night. But now, folks, I will say thank you for joining us, both on track and off tonight. The support you give us is greatly appreciated. And until next time, on behalf of the Chaotic One, Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar, and I'll say ciao for now.